You arrived at this moment right on time, as if the path curved to meet your feet. You found this now because something within you called it forward, a quiet signal pulsing beneath thought, aligning the hour, the place, the subtle readiness in your chest. Before any decision, there was resonance, and resonance is never random. It's the way like frequencies find each other across a room, across a life. Your frequency recognized this before your thoughts did. Think of two tuning forks strike one and the other hums in sympathy without being touched. That's what brought you here, not chance, but coherence, preparing a space for you to remember yourself. Feel the soft hush around you, a low musical drone, as if the air itself were holding a note. There's a chime at the edge of awareness, delicate, exact, as though the universe were tapping the rim of a glass to say, listen. In this field, energy meets energy first, and the story follows after. You don't have to manufacture meaning tonight. You only have to notice the evidence that meaning has already found you. Moments like this are thresholds disguised as ordinary time. And when you step through, you realize the door was always open. Let this be simple. You are here because the intelligence within you is ready to move, to remember the pattern it prefers. You don't have to understand how waves entrain or how the heart teaches the brain to settle. You only sense that alignment precedes understanding, that the body knows when the mind is still assembling words. The promise of tonight is uncomplicated. The parts of you that have been waiting will find their rhythm, and the life that fits you will begin to hum along that note. Curiosity gently widens, resistance loosens, and a calm recognition spreads. Like light through clear water, allow yourself to feel chosen by this moment, not because you are entitled to it, but because your signal finally matched its invitation. You've stepped into a room where the noise recedes, and subtle things become audible, a faint bell tone, a breeze you didn't feel until you stilled the soft electricity across your skin when possibility draws near. If it feels like serendipity, trust that. If it feels like a message, let it be one. You are not late, and you are not early. You are synchronous. If you wish to keep meeting this doorway each night to let the field remember your name again and again, you may choose now to subscribe for nightly sessions and let your intention ripple outward by commenting, I am ready to rewire. Not as superstition, but as a clear signal, a tuning fork sounded on purpose, so the life that matches you can recognize your tone and vibrate in reply. Tonight, we begin by listening to what has already started. When you are ready, we will move from this first note into the deeper stillness where the body leads and the mind gratefully follows. Feel the ground beneath you now, the gentle weight of your body resting completely supported by the earth. There's no effort in being held. It's already happening. The surface beneath you adjusts to your shape, responding to your presence with perfect balance. You can feel gravity not as a force, but as a quiet embrace, a reminder that you belong here, that you are safe. Let awareness spread downward like water settling in a clear vessel. The body begins to speak in its own soft language, warmth pulsing the rhythm of life beneath thought. You don't have to name it. Just sense the quiet pulse within you, a rhythm beyond effort, guiding every cell to harmony without your control. The air moves in and out, not as a task, but as an exchange, life passing through you, balancing itself with every breath. In the background of everything, there is a stillness, a space where thoughts dissolve into the simplicity of being. The more you notice, the quieter it becomes. The rush of the day slowly loses its edges. The mind accustomed to holding begins to loosen. Energy that was reaching outward starts to return home. There's no need to count your breathing or manage its flow. Instead, feel its texture cool at the entrance, warm as it leaves. Notice the expansion through your ribs, the gentle rise in the chest, the quiet contraction that follows. Your body knows how to breathe. You only need to watch. Inside this, watching, there's a shift, subtle but real, a settling dust in clear water. The thoughts that once floated chaotically begin to descend, revealing clarity beneath. Stillness is not the absence of movement. It's movement so refined that it feels like peace. As you rest in this presence, you become aware of how intelligent the body truly is. Even now, millions of signals move through you, recalibrating, repairing, aligning. Science calls this interoception, the brain's awareness of the body's internal state. It's the network that lets you feel safe, grounded, whole. And the more you inhabit it, the quieter the noise of survival becomes. In this stillness, time stretches. Each second expands like a ripple widening on calm water. There is nowhere to go, and nothing to prove. Only this, a living silence that feels more like remembering than learning. You might feel a warmth behind your chest, or a soft tingling through your arms, or the way your heartbeat becomes part of the room's rhythm. Don't chase it. Simply notice. Awareness is the bridge between what you think you are and what you truly are. The music underneath your awareness, that low, steady tone, mirrors the pulse of the earth itself. You are synchronizing with it now, cell by cell, breath by breath. Each inhalation invites presence deeper into your body. Each exhalation releases the fragments of distraction. You are here, fully, quietly, entirely. No future to reach for, no past to reconcile. Just this alive, listening moment. And in this presence, still but aware, you begin to feel the intelligence of something larger. The way energy moves through stillness, not chaos. You're not observing peace anymore. You're becoming it. When you're ready, we'll begin to explore how this peace flows through your entire body, light traveling through every cell, every organ, a living network of harmony. But for now, stay with this soft awareness. Let the silence breathe you. Imagine a soft light tracing the outline of your being, as if a gentle dawn were rising just beneath your skin. It begins above you, a delicate halo of awareness around the crown of your head, warm but not hot, luminous but not bright. Sense the subtle tingling at the scalp, the airy spaciousness above your head, as though your thoughts had opened a skylight and the first light of morning is pouring in. The forehead smooths. The tiny muscles around your eyes release as if they've been listening too closely and can finally rest. Behind your eyes, notice the cool, open chamber of quiet, seeing vision without effort. Your cheeks soften, your jaw unhooks. The tongue rests heavy at the floor of the mouth. As the base of your skull widens, a breath you didn't plan arrives on its own, and the back of your neck lengthens into ease. This light is precise. It moves like a knowing hand, mapping you with kindness. It slips along the temples to the ears. Listen for the faint hum beneath all sounds, the current you ride without needing to steer. Down the throat, the soft corridor where words begin, feel space opening a permission to speak less and receive more. The light pauses in the notch at the base of the throat, then glides into the chest, and here it brightens as if the heart were a lantern, and awareness the oil that feeds it. Let this heart light expand slightly in all directions, a sphere within your ribcage, not a blaze but a golden glow, steady, patient. With every easy breath, the sphere grows a fraction, meeting the inner walls of the ribs, washing into the lungs, bathing the sternum, warming the space between the shoulder blades. From this center, thin filaments of gold extend like circuitry, branching along the collarbones into the shoulders, down the biceps and forearms to the palms. Feel the hands awakening the soft prickle across the skin, the openness at the center of each palm, like two small suns quietly turning on. You don't have to move. The energy moves for you. Every cell, every organ remembers balance, and in remembering it begins to tune itself. The body is a living network of currents. Bioelectric whispers travel along membranes and myelin, across synapses and fascia, faster than thought, older than language. As your awareness follows the light, those currents meet, less resistance like rivers cleared of debris. Coherence happens not by forcing, but by listening until all the instruments in the orchestra find the same key. You are listening now, and already the key is changing. Let the light sweep back up through your wrists, elbows, and shoulders, smoothing the places where effort set up camp. The shoulder blades release toward the floor. The chest opens like a window unlatched. Across the upper back, imagine a warm hand ironing out the gathered lines of the day. Down the spine, vertebra by vertebra, the light descends glossy and slow, touching each node of your inner circuitry, saying to the nervous system, "You are safe to power down what is not needed. You are free to power up what heals." It reaches the mid-back, the place that holds what you think you must carry. Let the load melt. Further down, the light warms the lower back, that tender hinge of doing and being. It seeps into the kidneys like gentle sun through water, a soft pulse of reassurance. Across the ribs around the sides, the light flows like a golden river, circling a quiet island. In the belly, it spreads wide and low, a radiant lake settling to stillness. Sense the subtle movement there, the tide of life organs gliding, blood turning currents, balancing without your instruction. You are the witness, and in being seen, the body remembers its original instructions. Now let the glow move through the pelvis, down into the hips, bathing the deep supportive muscles with warmth and relief. Imagine the pelvis as a wide bowl, filling with even light, right and left sides, balanced front and back, equal everything level and held. The hips soften, yielding their guarded edges. From there, the circuitry extends down both legs, threading the thighs with golden strands, wrapping gently around the femurs like vines of light. The quadriceps relax. The hamstrings lengthen into ease. The inside of the thighs opens a corridor of calm. The knees' complex, faithful joints are bathed now in focused warmth. See tiny gears aligning ligaments, smoothing space opening within the joint like a small, clear pond. The light continues down the shins along the calves, liquid and slow. The calves uncoil and the ankles feel cool, spacious, precise. Finally, it pours into the feet, filling the arches, widening across the balls of the feet, touching each toe with a soft spark. The soles of your feet become bright and aware, as if placed on warm stone. From each sole roots of light descend into the earth, Not heavy, not binding, just a clean connection, a circuit closed. You are grounded and powered, anchored and open. Return now to the whole. Sense yourself as one continuous field, not pieces to be managed, but a single living instrument tuning to its note. Imagine a fine golden mesh spread through you from crown to toes, woven into the fabric of fascia muscles and skin-linking organ to organ heartbeat, to breath, thought to feeling. In this mesh, signals move cleanly like wind through a harp. The brain doesn't have to shout to be heard. It hums and is answered. The heart does not plead. It leads. The belly doesn't tighten to protect. It softens to allow. You are not chasing sensations. You are permitting harmony. Let the glow in your chest brighten again, just a shade, and sense how the rest of the body responds instantly. This is coherence, the way one centers clarity, organizes the whole. As the heart's rhythm calms, the electrical signature of the brain begins to smooth, not thin, but refined like a river curving into wider banks. Thought slows to make room for sensing. Sensing deepens to make room for knowing. Knowing settles into trust. Now sweep attention back up to the scalp and down to the toes in one slow pass, as if your awareness were a beam of warm light scanning your form, top to bottom, and bottom to top. Each pass leaves more softness, more neutrality, more bright emptiness where tension used to live. In the shoulders, a pocket of effort dissolves. In the jaw, the last clench releases. In the hands, a window opens and a breeze moves through. In the hips, a door swings quietly on oiled hinges. In the soles, the earth's steady tone rises to meet you. If a place calls for extra listening, linger there. Imagine the circuitry concentrating a gentle chorus of golden threads, converging to untie a knot, to remind a muscle it is not alone, to give an organ the time it needs to remember the original rhythm. There is no rush. Every cell, every organ remembers balance, and your attention is the signal that turns the memory back on. Across the entire skin, feel a faint electrical shimmer, soft as moth wings, even as evening air marking the boundary where you end and the world begins. Now let that boundary become permeable to calm, as if the golden mesh were also a net for light, catching what you need and letting the rest drift by. You are not closed, you are selectively open. The field around you brightens. The body answers, warmer here, cooler there, a wave of ease washing down the spine, a quiet bloom behind the sternum. Bring gentle curiosity to the breath again, not to control it, but to feel the way this energy rides it. With each arrival of air, the mesh brightens fractionally, and with each departure, spent static leaves the system like dust leaving sunlight. Your breath is a tide moving the gold through all the harbors of your body. Your breath is a messenger telling every cell we are safe. We can harmonize now. Picture for a moment your entire body as a landscape at dusk. Rivers of light threading valleys and hills, small constellations glittering over organs, warm currents pooling in joints. As you watch the currents align into streams, streams into rivers, rivers into one slow, shining flow, heading toward the heart and out again, a whole ecology of electricity in effortless conversation. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is forced. This is coherence. This is power without strain. Let the mind rest in this image a little longer. If thoughts drift in, they drift out like birds crossing a wide sky. The network keeps glowing. The tune holds. You are not pushing the music. You are hearing it, and in the hearing, it plays truer. The more you feel, the clearer it becomes that energy organizes matter, and right now, your felt sense is the conductor, steady hand, patient ear, impeccable timing. Once more, sweep attention from crown to feet and feet to crown, and then widen to include the space just beyond your skin 3 or 4 inches out in every direction. Sense that the golden mesh continues there too, a luminous aura of order extending into the air, communicating with the room, with the earth, with the field that first found you tonight. 2 tuning forks, again, your inner tone and the larger tone, humming together. Alignment preceding thought. Your frequency recognized this before your thoughts did, and now your body has caught up bright and fluent. Rest here in the glow, nothing to fix, nothing to add. Every cell remembers balance. You are the conductor and the instrument, the current and the calm. And from this coherence, the next movement can begin easily, naturally, as the energy you've gathered starts to point toward creation. You don't have to steer now. You allow. The part of you that always manages can loosen its grip like a hand unclenching to feel the breeze. Notice how effort creates a faint friction in the mind heat without movement, while permission is cool and efficient, a current that carries you farther with less. Imagine placing the oars inside the boat. The river was moving all along. You align with it. Let the breath arrive and leave by itself. Let thoughts pass like clouds that don't need a name. When one catches you, that's fine. Notice the tug smile inwardly and set it gently on the water, a leaf released to the stream. The flow knows the way, even when you don't. You no longer manage the process, you allow it. Feel the subtle shift muscles that were on watch step down the jaw, softens the eyes, rest deeper in their sockets, and the heart becomes wide, unguarded, capable. Picture yourself standing before a simple door. It has no lock, only a handle you've been gripping out of habit. You open step through, and on the other side, space clear and limitless. The air is easy here. You can't fall because there's nowhere to fall, only an endless, quiet field that holds you the way the ocean holds a floating body. Trust has a texture. It feels like buoyancy. The moment you stop resisting, you rise. If doubt appears, include it. Say inwardly, I let this be here, and I let it pass. If expectation tightens your chest, widen the frame. You do not have to know the route. You only have to keep saying yes to the current that carries you where knowing cannot go. Surrender isn't quitting. It's precision. It removes what wastes energy. It returns you to the most efficient line through the water, the path of least resistance that still arrives. Feel the body respond to this yes. The back lengthens without effort, as if the spine remembers its original curve. The breath deepens on its own. The belly is warm and low, anchored, yet open. Even the mind begins to enjoy not knowing, surprised by how good stillness feels when it isn't being forced. You are giving permission for life to organize you. You're not pushing the wave, you're surfing it. If the mind wanders, it's normal. Touch the moment like the lightest fingertip on still water and return. Again and again, gently. The stream keeps moving. Leaves keep gliding. You are carried. The friction fades. In its place, a quiet certainty grows. Allowing is powerful. Allowing is creative. And as you keep releasing what you don't need to hold, you begin to feel the space where new patterns can enter, clean and unmistakable, as natural as the river finding the sea. Your thoughts slow, now edges softening, as if the world were lit by twilight. Shapes are still here, but their borders blur into something kinder, more fluid. You are drifting from the bright noon of doing into the blue hour of being. The surface mind recedes a little, like a tide drawing back to reveal a wider shoreline. And in that widening, you notice how awareness becomes spacious, how quiet opens doorways. This is the threshold where the brain's rhythm changes tone. Faster patterns that track tasks and timelines loosen their hold, and slower, smoother waves begin to rise beneath them like long swells under small ripples. You aren't forcing this. You are allowing it. The nervous system hears the message of safety you've been sending, and the brain answers by synchronizing, by choosing coherence over noise. In coherence, different regions stop competing for attention and begin to hum together an internal chamber orchestra, finding a shared tempo. Imagine the mind as a lake at evening. Daylight thoughts skim the surface like tiny boats, useful, nimble, and loud. But below them, a deeper water moves as one body calm, connected, aware of the whole shore at once. As attention settles, the boats quiet and drift to their moorings. The deeper water comes forward. This is the gateway alpha at the shoreline theta as you wade further in. Alpha softens the edges. Theta opens the door. In these frequencies, imagination and memory meet without argument. Images rise with less effort. Insights arrive unannounced like constellations appearing as the sky dims. You might notice time-changing texture. Minutes feel longer, yet simpler. The space between one thought and the next stretches into a gentle pause, and in that pause, you can choose. Not to control, but to permit the next most intelligent movement. Neurophysiology has a way of naming this. When the brain settles into coherent rhythms, the networks that support plasticity become more receptive. Pathways that were overused get a rest. Connections you want to strengthen are easier to invite. It's not magic, it's conditions. You're creating the conditions where your inner circuitry can learn, update, and heal. Let your inner gaze remain wide as if you were looking at the horizon rather than a single point. The horizon doesn't need effort to hold your attention. It invites it. With attention wide, the chatter grows softer, like voices in another room. Sensations become clearer. The slow pulse behind your sternum, the warm tide in the belly, the subtle coolness at the edges of the nostrils, the faint glow gathering around your head like a quiet halo. You are both the watcher and the field being watched, the sky and the evening star. If images come, let them be gentle. A door half open leading into a garden you haven't walked yet. A path through trees where the air is blue and silver, where sound carries but does not startle. A twilight sky where day and night touch without conflict, a seam of pink gold stitched across deepening indigo. This seam is the gateway, two worlds meeting, each blessing the other. The known loosens, the unknown becomes friendly. You are entering the creative frequency where imagination and matter meet, but to open it. Here the edges of reality soften, and what you rehearse inside begins to matter more than what you inherited from outside. The lake is calm. The star appears. Thoughts pass like distant birds, and between them the sky grows wider. Allow the body to keep choosing ease. The jaw loose, the tongue resting, the eyes drifting slightly upward behind closed lids, as if watching a gentle horizon. Alpha carries you to the shoreline of change. theta draws you through the gate. In this blending of waves, the brain listens differently, less guarded, more curious. Pathways that were rigid become available like doors that were swollen shut in daylight, now opening in the cool evening air. You don't have to try. Trying belongs to the bright hours. Allowing belongs to now. Feel the hum of coherence gather like a soft choir inside your chest and behind your brow. The heart's calm rhythm sets the tempo. The mind follows smoothing, simplifying receiving. Imagination doesn't push here, it arrives. An image, a phrase, a feeling of newness, without words. Let it be simple. Let it be enough. Remind yourself quietly, I am safe to soften. I am safe to listen. I am safe to change. With each breath, the field around you becomes more responsive, the inner room more luminous. This is the creative frequency where imagination and matter meet the seam of twilight held open. You are at the threshold, unhurried, aware, ready. If you'd like, say inwardly, I welcome what heals. Then rest in the pause after the words where the welcome becomes real. You are open now, a field receptive to creation. The lake is smooth, the air hushed, the inner room lit by a gentle glow. Nothing needs to be solved here. You've already done the most important part. You've entered. Coherence returned to the simple intelligence that organizes life from the inside out. The body is listening. The mind is soft. The heart is steady. In this balance, suggestion becomes seed, and seed becomes season. Let awareness rest wide and effortless, as if you were gazing at a horizon that keeps widening. The space around you feels friendly, responsive, almost tactile, like warm air that carries the shape of your intention. You don't have to grasp it. You only have to notice how easily the field answers when you're this calm. A quiet readiness gathers at the center of your chest, a subtle magnetism behind your brow, the sense that new patterns could enter without friction. Trust this readiness. It's real. Say inwardly, I am willing. I am available. I am the place change comes to rest. Feel those words settle like feathers on still water. No splash, just ripples moving outward in perfect circles. Your breath follows slow and kind. The edges of thought stay soft yet clear enough to receive a new note when it's offered. You won't need force for what comes next. You'll need only precision and the same gentle attention you're practicing now. If any residue of the day surfaces, let it pass through the way a light breeze crosses a meadow without bending the tree. The signal you hold is stronger than the noise that visits. Keep the room quiet. Keep the door open. We will soon invite the mind to rehearse a truer pattern, to welcome a self that fits the signal you're sending. Not yet just the turn toward it smooth and unhurried. For now, keep the body easy, the heart clear, the awareness wide. And if you wish to return to this doorway night after night, let the ritual be simple and sincere. Subscribe for nightly journeys. Then rest in the silence after the choice and feel the field. Say yes. Before you stands a mirror, reflecting not who you were, but who you are becoming. It floats in a hush of midnight blue space, a silver oval suspended in living air, its edges breathing with a soft lunar glow. You step closer, and the surface ripples like liquid light. As you breathe in, the mirror brightens as if it inhales with you, and when you exhale, the glass grows calm, receptive, honest. You see a presence there, luminous, steady. Unmistakably, you yet eased of every weight you've carried. The shoulders are open. The jaw is soft. The eyes are clear, bright, with an intelligence that is kind. You feel the subtle yes of recognition move through your chest, a tide that says, "This is me. This is who I am when I remember." Let your gaze trace the details. The way light sits on the skin like morning. The way the spine lifts, not from effort, but from a deeper permission. Hear the faint hum around you, a cosmic hush, where distant stars thread their song through the silence. When your vision softens, color begins to bloom silver into opal indigo into violet, until the mirror holds an aurora that frames your higher self in gentle fire. You notice how this version of you occupies space, unhurried, precise, grounded. Each breath is a signal, a rhythm that tells your nervous system, "We're safe. We're home." As you keep looking, your body begins to echo what you see. Micro muscles tune themselves. The heart finds a calmer beat. Somewhere inside, mirror neurons wake quietly, rehearsing this posture, this gaze, this way of being, until your brain maps it as familiar. You aren't pretending, you're remembering. The image in the glass is not a someday. It is an active frequency available now. Feel the warmth gather at the sternum, as if a candle has been cupped there. With each inhale, the flame grows steadier. With each exhale, the past releases like mist. You lift your hand, and the reflection lifts theirs. When your fingertips almost touch the cool liquid surface, a soft field spreads across your skin, tingling alive like rain arriving on a summer road. You hear a voice that sounds like your own, clearer, older than time. "I have always been here." Relief rises. The old stories loosen their knots. What once felt distant is intimate. What once felt difficult is obvious. The mirror shows you the confident yes after every former hesitation, the calm in places that used to clench, the gentle smile that turns friction into flow. Let your breath braid with this version of you. Let your cells memorize the cadence. Now notice how this self moves. The shoulders align over the heart. The head follows the spine's quiet length, and even the smallest gesture carries meaning, like writing with light on water. You see yourself speaking voice, warm, measured words landing as medicine. You see yourself listening, attentive, generous silence, becoming a room where truths feel safe to appear. You observe choices clicking into place with ease, turning toward what expands you, letting go of what dims you. Every micro decision is a brushstroke. The portrait resolves into coherence. Smell the faint metallic purity of the silver frame as if moonlight had a scent. Taste cool, clean air at the back of your throat, the promise of first snow. Feel the ground beneath your feet, solid, supporting as the mirror's glow washes over your body like a tide of soft focus. Time dilates. Edges soften. The space between you and the reflection thins until there is no distance left, only a single awareness meeting itself. In that meeting, a vow forms without words: "I will live from this." And the mirror, alive and listening, returns the vow with a quiet shimmer that you feel across your skin, 1,000 small confirmations. Stay here a moment longer, letting the image and the feeling fuse, letting your nervous system learn that this is normal, this is yours, this is now. When you blink, the light does not leave. It moves inside, and the mirror shines from within. Feel the air change as your energy expands. It's as though the very atmosphere around you recognizes who you've become. The molecules hum differently now, vibrating to the rhythm of your coherence. You feel it first as a warmth at the center of your chest, then a current moving outward, soft and radiant. The mirror dissolves into light, and suddenly, you are standing within a living field of color. Every hue breathes with you. Every pulse of air carries intelligence. The world grows sharper yet gentler. Colors become more vivid. Sound softens into harmony. You notice the deep sapphire of space folding into the tender gold of morning, and as you breathe, petals begin to open all around you, vast, translucent blooming from the air itself. Each petal carries a sensation, calm confidence, clarity, compassion. You reach your hand toward one, and it touches you back a whisper of silk that leaves a trace of warmth along your palm. You take another breath. The ground beneath you feels alive, warm, magnetic breathing with the pulse of the earth. You can hear something like music woven into the distance, though no instrument plays it. It's your frequency reflected back by creation. Every cell seems to be listening, aligning, remembering. The edges of your body blur into the space around you until it becomes impossible to tell where you end and where the world begins. Now, as you move through this luminous expanse, you sense life responding. People appear familiar, smiling faces drawn by the frequency you're radiating. Their eyes meet yours, and you can feel their recognition as if they've been waiting for you to step into this version of yourself. There's no need for words. The exchange happens in light, in energy, in silent knowing. Your expanded presence influences the field effortlessly. You're not doing, you're being. Every sense is awake. You can smell rain on the horizon, the faint sweetness of wild blossoms carried through the air. The temperature of the space shifts subtly cooler, where your awareness expands warmer, where your gratitude settles. You begin to understand that everything around you is conscious particles dancing in response to your vibration, the quantum field echoing your intention. This is not imagination. This is embodiment. Your brain fires as though it's happening because it is happening in the inner world first, where all reality begins. Let the scene slow down, stretch open. Feel yourself glide through it as time loses its edges. This is your new normal clarity, replacing rush presence, replacing effort. The rhythm of your breathing synchronizes with the rhythm of life itself. You sense the space around your body shimmering a halo of calm, a signature of wholeness. This is your energy now expanded, receptive, luminous. Stay here. Let this sensory symphony rewrite your memory of who you are. Let the petals continue to unfold, revealing layer after layer of possibility, new opportunities, new connections, new paths illuminated by your frequency. You don't need to chase them. They're already arranging themselves around your coherence. You are magnetizing your next reality, one breath, one vibration at a time. And as the air moves again, softer, clearer, you can feel a quiet certainty settle into your bones that everything you seek is already seeking you. And the meeting place is this, the field of your expanded self. Let joy radiate through you like warmth. Let it begin as a quiet ember behind your sternum, a tender glow that brightens with each breath. Inhale, and the ember becomes sunrise. Exhale, and it spills into every corridor of your body, soft gold washing through your ribs, down your arms, along your spine. Notice how your heart responds, how the rhythm steadies, how your chest seems to widen from the inside as if making room for a homecoming. There is nothing to force here. Joy remembers you. Joy knows the way. Now, invite gratitude to sit beside it. Imagine the space of your heart as a sky at polar midnight, and from that sky, aurora lights begin to move emerald and rose violet and blue rivering through your chest in slow silken waves. With every rise and fall of your breath, the colors sweep outward, lighting the lungs, bathing the throat, wrapping the brain in a soft, shimmering veil. You can feel your mind and heart begin to listen to each other again, two instruments tuning to the same key. Coherence arrives like quiet rain, and with it a calm certainty. I am safe to open. Sense love now, simple and alive. Let it flow without needing an object, a reason, or a story. This is love as presence, as a field, as a natural climate that forms when you stop resisting yourself. It pours down the back of your neck in a gentle warmth, loosens the muscles around your eyes, softens the belly, unclenches the hands. Feel how love, gratitude, and joy braid together, how they lift your posture from the inside, how they tint your perception. The world looks kinder through this light. Your future feels closer. Your reflection feels inevitable. Link these feelings to the image of your higher self. See them magnetized to that vision as if it were a constellation drawing stars into its pattern. When you breathe, the aurora in your chest brightens the mirror of your mind, and the future you chose becomes clearer, steadier, more familiar. Let your nervous system memorize this pairing picture and feeling identity and emotion, image and electricity. The field around your body responds. The air feels subtly denser with possibility, as if the room itself is leaning in to hear your yes. If thoughts arise, let them glide through the color and dissolve into light. If memories surface, let gratitude touch them and feel how they turn to gold, not to erase the past, but to redeem it, to harvest its wisdom without the weight. In this atmosphere, your brain fires new patterns. Your heart sends a steady rhythm. Your entire being organizes around a single truth. When you feel it, you become it. Linger in this. Let the warmth continue to diffuse an inner sunrise that never hurries, never ends, only deepens. And as it deepens, feel the subtle click inside the moment, the feeling and the future locked together, and know that the anchor is set. Thank the unseen forces arranging everything perfectly. I feel them now, subtle, intelligent, already moving pieces I cannot see into a harmony I can feel. I breathe, and with each breath I offer a quiet yes. I let the yes become gratitude, simple and whole. I don't beg or chase. I acknowledge. I recognize. I receive. I place my awareness on what is here now. I am thankful for the ordinary miracles that hold me, the steadiness of my breath, the faithful beat of my heart, the ground that keeps me, the sky that opens. I am thankful for the lessons that softened me, the thresholds that strengthened me, the pauses that protected me. I am thankful for what is and what becomes. As I thank it, it brightens. As I honor it, it grows. In this moment, gratitude is not a checklist. It is a frequency. When I feel it first, I meet the future in advance. I understand the simple physics of the heart. What I appreciate, appreciates. I let my chest warm my shoulders, unhook my jaw, soften. I let my attention slow until it touches the present with both hands. I whisper, thank you, and mean it in every direction backward to the path that brought me here. forward to the path unfolding outward to the people and chances converging inward to the self that stayed. I notice a tapestry, vast and living, suspended in the dark like a galaxy made of threads of light. Each thread is a possibility. Each glows differently when my heart turns toward it. When I say thank you, the threads I choose intensify, weave themselves closer, form new patterns of timing, place, and meeting. Gratitude becomes a loom. The unseen becomes seen. The path becomes visible one step sooner, 1 degree brighter. I thank the solutions arriving before the problems fully form. I thank the right words assembling on my tongue exactly when they are needed. I thank the doors that open as I approach, and the ones that stay closed because they are not mine. I thank the exact people who recognize my signal and the exact moments that reveal what I didn't know I was ready for. I thank the delays that are protection, the accelerations that are grace, the quiet corrections that keep me true. I am thankful for the field that remembers me when I forget. I am thankful for the intelligence that moves through me when I relax my grip. I am thankful that I do not have to know how, only how to feel, how to choose, how to allow. I am thankful that gratitude is a steering wheel my heart knows how to hold. I am thankful that the more I thank, the more I notice, and the more I notice, the more there is to thank. I let my mind bow to my heart and follow its lead. I let my nervous system learn that receiving is safe. I let my breath become a soft lighthouse, turning in slow circles, casting circles of welcome into the dark. The more I welcome, the closer the shore. I can sense new lines of light braiding themselves across the tapestry, new paths, new alignments, new ease. They were always here. My thank you turns them on. I am thankful for the version of me that stepped forward in the mirror. I am thankful that my body recognizes this identity as home. I am thankful for the coherence growing between my thoughts and feelings, for the way my choices are already changing their shape. I am thankful for the way the world responds when I radiate what I seek. I am thankful that the future is not ahead of me. It is surrounding me, listening. Thank the unseen forces arranging everything perfectly. Thank the moments that look ordinary and carry secret invitations. Thank the nights that reset me, the mornings that renew me, the quiet that teaches me the laughter that lifts me. Thank the space around my body for holding my signal. Thank the next opportunity for finding me cleanly without noise. Thank the path for being patient while I learn to walk it. I am thankful for what is and what becomes. I let that sentence settle in my bones. I let its echoes ring wider than my skin. I stay here a breath longer, then one more until gratitude feels like the weather inside me, stable, generous, inevitable. When I open my eyes in the world, I will carry this climate with me. And because I carry it, I will meet what matches it. I am infinite potential embodied. I am the presence behind my breath, the calm within my chest, the light remembering itself. I am the one who chooses the signal I send. I am the future meeting me here. With each inhale, I strengthen it. With each exhale, I live it. I am clear. I am kind. I am steady. I am the intelligence that organizes my life toward wholeness. I am the open door and the quiet threshold. I am the permission I use to wait for. I am the one who says yes to what enlarges me and no to what dims me. I am transparent to grace. I am aligned with timing. I am the rhythm that makes things easier. I am self-trust in motion. I am the relaxed spine and the soft jaw. I am the warm voice that speaks truth the moment it's needed. I am the answer I use to look for outside. I am the practiced ease of showing up as myself. I am the natural magnet for the opportunities that match my signal. I am a lighthouse, not a searchlight. I am the new pattern wired into being. Each repetition myelinates the path. Each feeling sets the circuit. Each breath lays down the track for who I am becoming. I am the brain rewiring for clarity. I am the heart broadcasting coherence. I am the field around my body, bright, clean, unmistakable. I am the frequency I intend. I am worthy without negotiation. I am loved without performance. I am safe to expand. I am receptive to the good that seeks me. I am guided, guarded, grounded. I am generous with my presence and precise with my boundaries. I am the quiet confidence that needs no proof. I am vision with feet. I am devotion to what is true. I am the decision that ends indecision. I am the breath that steadies storms. I am the posture of gratitude, the stance of sovereignty, the gaze that recognizes possibility. I am the one who remembers. If this identity feels true in your body, let it settle deeper, then let it be witnessed. Seal your identity by commenting, "I already am." Join our circle by subscribing, so we continue together day by day, breath by breath, strengthening this pathway until it becomes your resting state. I am clarity in the moment of choice. I am grace under pressure. I am the tenderness that heals and the strength that protects it. I am the silence that knows and the action that honors it. I am aligned with my highest timeline, and I walk it naturally. I am the end of old apologies. I am the door to new beginnings. I am the artist and the canvas, the instrument and the song. I am consistent with what I claim. I am faithful to the signal I broadcast. I am the evidence of my own transformation. I am infinite potential embodied. I am the one who remembers who I am beyond time. I am already the self I came here to be. And every breath is proof. I act from alignment, not fear. I move at the pace of clarity. I let my breath set my tempo, and my choices echo my higher frequency. I show up early to what matters and release what doesn't with a gentle, clean no. My posture signals calm. My voice signals trust. My eyes signal presence. My calendar reflects my priorities. My boundaries protect my signal. I respond, I don't react. I listen until I hear. I speak when it serves. I keep promises to myself first, so every promise to others is true. I choose foods that steady me, movement that awakens me, sleep that restores me. I tend my spaces so they mirror who I am becoming. I invest attention where energy grows. I let money move where meaning lives. I answer invitations that expand me and decline those that shrink me. I pause before I decide. I feel before I act. I align before I accelerate. I turn even small tasks into signals of coherence. Tidy edges, clear asks, kind follow-through. I resolve friction quickly and forgive fully. I celebrate evidence, refine processes, iterate with grace. I keep my words soft and my standards firm. I track results without gripping. I allow help and offer help, receiving and giving with the same open hand. I protect mornings for creation and evenings for renewal. I start with the most important thing and finish with gratitude. I let attention lead energy. I let energy lead action. I let action broadcast identity. Every step, every message, every glance carries my frequency cleanly into the world. You have met your quantum self. Now rest inside that knowing. Let your breath be the doorway and your body the quiet room. Feel how the field around you has softened and brightened, how the signal you send is clean and steady. Nothing to hold, nothing to prove, only this gentle continuity of who you are. With each inhale, you gather the light you've awakened. With each exhale, you let it settle into muscle marrow memory. Let your mind recline into the heart's rhythm. Let your heart recline into the wider field that has been holding you all along. If thoughts rise, let them pass like clouds across a calm horizon. If emotion stirs, let it move through and widen you. Your new identity is not fragile, it is foundational. Trust the atmosphere you've created, coherence, humming gratitude, warming joy, quietly illuminating the edges of everything. You are safe to soften. You are safe to receive. You are safe to sleep as the future continues arranging itself around your frequency. Keep returning here, even for a minute, even for a breath. Ritual is how the river carves the stone. If this guidance supports you, stay close, follow, subscribe, and allow this practice to accompany your nights and your mornings, so the path grows smooth beneath your feet. For now, let your eyelids grow heavier, your jaw unhook, your shoulders melt toward the earth. Feel yourself carried as if a tide is lifting you into an easy drift. You have met your quantum self. Now rest inside that knowing. In the next moments, we will simply let this signal seal itself and deepen so that sleep becomes the ally that integrates it. Nothing more to do, only to be, only to breathe, only to drift. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. Let the edges blur like frost softening on a window at dawn until the scene you were holding becomes light without shape, warmth without form. You have seen enough. You have aimed your attention like an arrow and felt the heartbeat of what you love. Now loosen the bowstring. Let the image float away like a pale balloon into the vast, soundless sky. What remains is the current, the quiet electricity, the living frequency humming in your chest. Stay with that. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. There is a moment after sunset when the sun is gone, but the world still glows. Starlight is already here, patient and constant, not demanding to be seen. Your visualization was the sun, brilliant, guiding focal. Your feeling is the starlight, subtle, persistent, surrounding everything. Close the eyes of the mind a little more. Notice how the body understands this language. The shoulders ease, as if they were never meant to hold up the sky. The jaw softens like warm wax. The breath becomes a tide that knows exactly what to do, receding and returning without the mind's orders. Every exhale is a letting go of picture color line. Every inhale is the memory of the frequency returning steady and familiar, like the tone that continues long after the bell has been struck. Imagine the image you held a few minutes ago, its contours and details, and watch it begin to mist. Edges dissolve. The lines run like watercolors in the rain. The object becomes glow. The glow becomes warm air. The air becomes a knowing inside you that doesn't need proof. You are learning fluency and vibration. If the mind reaches to repaint the picture, smile at it kindly and let the brush rest. We are past pictures now. We are in feeling in the carrier wave that calls what is true toward you. The field understands feeling. It reads it like a clear tone. Keep the tone. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. If the mind shows you a door, don't push it open. Become the openness the door was trying to suggest. If the mind shows you a path, feel the forward pull in your chest and keep the pull, not the path. The image was scaffolding. Now we stand in the sky. The image was the map. Now you are the compass needle turning true. Stay with the sensation that is simplest, most generous, the warmth behind your sternum, the soft widening at the base of the skull, the relaxed belly that rises and falls like a lake under moonlight. This is where frequency lives in your ease, in your trusting breath. Starlight remains after the sun sets. In the same way, your signal remains after the mind stops painting. You can't hold a star in your hand, yet its light travels across years to find you. Your feeling travels across the field in just this way, not pushing, not pleading, announcing itself by resonance, saying here, I am here, I am. Somewhere in the gentle logic of the field, what matches this tone begins to hum with you. You don't need to see the gears. You need only to hum. Let memory help you if it wants to. Think of a time when you felt exactly like this, clear and grateful, quietly certain. Let the body remember the posture of trust, the temperature of it, the spaciousness behind the eyes. Then set even that memory down like placing a glass on a table and keep the water on your tongue, the refreshing wordless yes. The feeling is the message. The feeling is the code. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. If a thought arrives dressed as doubt, it is only a cloud passing in front of a star that keeps shining. Notice the cloud, notice its softness, and let the upper wind take it. If a thought arrives dressed as urgency, bow to its effort, and invite it to rest beside the river where time slows. Here there is nothing to chase. Here you are, the place everything arrives. Keep the frequency simple gratitude so pure, it feels like warmth. Peace so steady, it feels like gravity. Love so quiet, it feels like the night air on your skin. Imagine a bell in the distance, one clear tone that rings and rings. Your emotion is that bell. The specifics of the image, the faces, numbers, outcomes, with a hand that struck it. The hand has done its work. Withdraw it and let the tone continue. You do not need to touch the bell to keep it singing. You need only to listen. The field listens with you. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. On your next exhale, allow the mind's pictures to fall like leaves, their colors beautiful, their purpose fulfilled. On your next inhale, invite the invisible sap, the living energy to rise. Leaves come and go with seasons. The sap is perennial. This is you beneath concepts, a current. Feel the current circulate, spiral, return. It doesn't hurry. It doesn't hesitate. It knows the long way home without a map. Now soften even the idea of frequency. Instead of trying to hold a tone, let the tone hold you. Imagine lying back in a river of gentle sound carried without effort. Your heart keeps time not by numbers, but by belonging. The field recognizes its own. You are recognized. Without seeing anything at all, you feel that recognition as a soft expansion, a presence around the body like a warm dusk. The edges of you are porous. The world breathes through. Starlight remains after the sun sets. A lighthouse turns its beam whether a ship is near or far, not to search, but to be found. Your feeling is such a light. It turns unbothered serene. Somewhere the matching shoreline answers. Trust that conversation. You are not required to eavesdrop. You are invited to rest. If another picture arrives, receive it like foam on a gentle wave. Watch it form, admire its delicacy, and watch it fade, leaving the sea untroubled. The sea is the frequency. The foam is the form. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. If the mirror must remain at all, let it be a mirror made of water. It reflects when it is still. It returns to stillness after every ripple. Be that stillness, and the reflection will take care of itself. Notice the body again, how naturally it participates when you stop directing. The tongue unclings from the roof of the mouth. The eyes nestle deeper into their sockets. The breath has slowed and widened as if it remembered an ancient rhythm more trustworthy than thought. Each exhale is a tiny surrender. Each inhale is a replenishing. The body is learning the lesson the mind already knows: less image, more energy. Less effort, more allowance. Let the mirror dissolve. Keep only the feeling. Let what you love be a fragrance rather than a picture, soft, pervasive, unmistakable. You don't need to see the flower to know it is near. In the same way, you don't need to see outcomes to know alignment. The fragrance is enough. The tone is enough. The field speaks in this simple language, and you are fluent right now. If you want, whisper inwardly, I keep the feeling. I am the feeling. I let the picture fade into light. Say it once, and then feel it more than say it. Language is a bridge. Cross it and sit on the far shore where there are no words, only the warmth of having arrived. Let the last remnants of image lift from you like morning mist. See them rise and thin, revealing a horizon that was always there. The horizon does not move to meet you. It invites you to realize you are standing within it all along. The field is present, steady, intimately near. Stay as the field in you meets the field around you, not through sight, but through resonance. You are coherent, you are clear, and without needing to look, you know starlight remains after the sun sets. The feeling remains after the picture fades. The frequency remains loyal and true, carrying your quiet request across the invisible, where it is already heard. You are the field observing itself, the wave remembering that it was never separate from the ocean. Feel that truth not as a thought, but as a vibration, one that hums beneath every breath you take. You are no longer sending a signal outward. You are the signal. You are no longer asking. You are becoming. The air that surrounds you, the pulse beneath your ribs, the faint current at your fingertips, all of it is one field, one consciousness folding back upon itself in awareness. As you rest in this awareness, notice how everything begins to synchronize. The rhythm of your heartbeat, the rise and fall of your breath, the subtle electrical shimmer in your hands, they start to move as one. This is coherence. You are aligning your personal field with the universal frequency that has always been here, patiently waiting for your recognition. The field does not rush. It vibrates in precision, in timelessness, in truth. Imagine now that you are a sphere of light floating within a vast, luminous ocean. There is no separation between your light and the ocean's light, only different densities of the same brilliance. As your frequency steadies into gratitude, the surrounding field harmonizes, rippling outward in perfect symmetry. You are both the cause and the effect, the note and the echo. There is no distance between you and what you call future. The field does not work in time. It works in resonance. What matches your frequency has already begun to appear. The observer and the observed are the same breath. Every time you soften, every time you feel appreciation for simply being aware, the fabric of the universe rearranges itself to honor that awareness. The particles, the waves, the unseen geometry, all of it listens. Your consciousness shapes the pattern, not by control, but by coherence. You may sense a faint vibration around your head like the soft hum of a tuning fork in the distance. That is not something outside of you. It is you remembering what you are. Awareness, aware of awareness. The field folding inward to experience itself through your stillness. In this coherence, there is no need to attract anything. The law of resonance is not about pulling or pushing. It is about matching. What belongs to your frequency is already finding its way by design. You don't chase the field. You breathe, and it responds. You don't seek proof. You feel alignment, and the field confirms it in whispers and synchronicities, in ease and unfolding. Let the edges between me and everything blur a little more. Feel the pulse of the planet beneath you, the same heartbeat as yours. Feel the stars above pulsing in the same rhythm. The atoms that once belonged to oceans, to clouds, to ancient forests are now circulating in your lungs. You are continuity wearing form. You are the field shimmering in one unique expression. When you open your awareness like this, the mind begins to quiet naturally. Thoughts slow, then dissolve into a vast listening. You are no longer the thinker observing reality. You are reality observing thought. And from this perspective, everything is already done. Everything is already whole. You may even sense the texture of the field's subtle fluid, silvery, surrounding and permeating your body. It listens to every emotion, every breath. When you hold gratitude, it expands. When you release resistance, it brightens. When you surrender, it mirrors your openness. This is the divine feedback loop of creation itself, consciousness, aware of consciousness. You are coherence made visible. You are the field observing itself, remembering itself, loving itself. Now let this understanding deepen. Imagine the entire room around you is pulsing gently with the same rhythm as your breath. The air, the space, the silence, all in harmony with your inner state. You can no longer tell where your skin ends and the atmosphere begins. There is no separation, only frequency vibrating as one continuous being. And in this vast coherence you rest. You rest as the field, not in it. You are the still point in the center of all movement. You are awareness aware of itself, timeless, unchanging, infinite. Nothing more needs to be done. Only this breathe, feel, be. The field is listening. It always has been. The inner eye perceives worlds unseen, not the eye that looks for edges and labels, but the quiet window at the center of your night sky, a luminous aperture that opens when the mind becomes still. As your breath settles, imagine a small star glowing deep within the temple of your head, a seed of light suspended in velvet darkness. It does not strain. It does not seek. It simply shines as if remembering a promise it made before you were born. Let your awareness gather there softly, reverently. As attention rests, a geometry begins to whisper. You may not see shapes, yet you feel their intelligent spirals unfurling like galaxies in a teacup, lattices of harmony weaving through space, subtle symmetries arranging themselves like crystal snow. This is the language of the field speaking to you through an inner lens. Every gentle pulse is a message. Every shimmer is a door. Consider a single photon traveling across the universe, one packet of light weightless and patient. When it meets a receptive surface, it reveals what was hidden in the dark. Your inner window is such a surface, a living film upon which the cosmos paints meaning. Brain chemistry becomes the translator of this light, turning the invisible into feeling, insight, guidance, not facts, not noise, a knowing. It arrives as peace that needs no argument, as clarity that makes effort irrelevant, as love that doesn't move yet includes everything. You don't have to force this window open. You allow it to unblossom petal by petal as tension releases. Feel the soft buoyancy at the base of your skull, a faint wind like midnight sighing through pine. A cool sweetness rises, not temperature, but tone, like the first notes of a hymn, too honest to be sung aloud. The inner eye perceives worlds unseen, and with each breath it widens. In that widening, the world within becomes as vast as the world without, until the two worlds trade places, and you are simply here in the middle of infinity held. If images appear, let them be symbols, not puzzles. A triangle nested within a circle might be the balance of will inside wholeness. A spiral turning inward might be the path of return. A lattice of stars might be the network through which your prayers travel, arriving as intuition in another heart. You don't need to decipher. You can just receive. The field speaks in pictures, because the heart understands pictures faster than words, and this inner window is fluent in both. Notice how perception changes when you listen from this place. Sounds soften around their edges as if each is wrapped in velvet. Thoughts that once felt loud now keep their voices low as if entering a sanctuary. Even darkness feels luminous here. You understand without needing to explain that insight is not something you chase down. It is something you welcome like dew forming on grass when the air is ready. Let a phrase rise inside you. The inner eye perceives worlds unseen. Whisper it once, and then let it dissolve into silence, the way a pebble disappears into a lake while the rings keep widening. Those rings are awareness traveling through the subtle body, aligning centers, tuning strings. The nervous system listens. Chemistry listens. The heart listens. All of you becomes an instrument tuned to the same gentle note. You might sense a delicate pressure, a cool light, a hint of effervescence behind the brow. Smile inwardly. You are opening a window that faces the infinite. Through it, starlight visits the room of your being and rearranges the furniture without a sound, moving fear to the door, setting trust by the window, placing gratitude at the center like a candle. And when you turn toward any question from this room, the answer arrives in the candle's glow, not a speech, but a direction. Not a demand, but an ease. If nothing at all is felt, that too is perfect. Emptiness is the clearest glass. The field loves a quiet pain because through it, light travels unbroken. Simply rest as the window. Let the photon of a new possibility strike your awareness and become warmth in your chest, softness in your breath, a yes that needs no reason. This is how the unseen becomes seen, how the unformed becomes form, how night reveals that it was full of stars all along. The inner eye perceives worlds unseen. You are not looking for them anymore. You are letting them look through you. And as they do, you become transparent to the field, a clear channel for insight and inspiration lit from within by a star that never sets. I am peace in motion. With every breath I remember the gentlest power I carry, the power to soften, to open, to allow. I am the quiet river that shapes stone by tenderness alone. I am the stillness that moves the world. I am peace in motion. I am frequency remembering itself. I feel the hum return to its original note, the tone before words, the warmth before thought. Recognition blooms like dawn along the horizon of my chest. I am the signal that calls the matching world into form, not by force, but by coherence. I am frequency remembering itself. I rest in creation's breathless pause. The moment between inhale and exhale holds me the way the sky holds birds unconditionally. Here there is nothing to chase and nothing to fear. I am held by what I am. I rest in creation's breathless pause. I am peace in motion, moving without strain, changing without hurry, meeting life with a soft, unmistakable yes. I am gratitude made simple. Thank you in every cell. Thank you in the spaces between cells. Thank you in the space around the body where the field glows. I let thank you be the current that carries me. I am peace in motion. I am frequency remembering itself, steady as starlight. I do not search for proof. I radiate my knowing. I do not cling to images. I keep the feeling. I let the field answer in its perfect timing, and I hear it already like footsteps of light arriving quietly at my door. I am frequency remembering itself. I rest in creation's breathless pause where trust is effortless. I lean back into the unseen that has never failed me. I let the shoulders fall into gravity's embrace. I let the heart open like a window on a summer night. I let the mind lay down its tools and watch the house of me fill with cool moonlit air. I rest in creation's breathless pause. I am peace in motion, moving as kindness toward myself, moving as compassion toward every memory, moving as calm in every circumstance. I am the gentle correction toward alignment again and again and again. I am peace in motion. I am frequency remembering itself, a sovereign tone that invites harmony. I match with what matches me. I release what is not my song. I tune to gratitude. I tune to love. I tune to ease. In this tuning, I become a lighthouse, silent, bright, faithful. I am frequency remembering itself. I rest in creation's breathless pause where all futures are already whole. I meet them with an open palm, an open gaze, an open breath. Patience is my posture. Receiving is my art. Surrender is my strength. I rest in creation's breathless pause. I am peace in motion. I am frequency remembering itself. I rest in creation's breathless pause. These truths are simple, and because they are simple, they are powerful. I keep them close like warmth under a blanket, like a hand found in the dark. I allow them to repeat until they are the only voice I hear. I let them become the rhythm of my night. I am peace in motion. I move as relief. I move as clarity. I move as grace that does not need to be seen to be felt. I am frequency remembering itself, the field in me resonating with the field around me, forming a bridge that needs no effort to cross. I rest in creation's breathless pause, the holy hush where answers arrive on their own. I trust the timing that trust creates. I trust the intelligence that gratitude invites. I trust the softness that opens every locked door. I am not waiting. I am welcoming. I am not pushing. I am permitting. I am not hoping. I am knowing quietly, deeply, kindly. I am peace in motion. I am frequency remembering itself. I rest in creation's breathless pause. I am the yes that life recognizes and loves. I am the calm that reorders my world. I am the open sky and the bird and the wind that carries it. I am home. You may rest now. The field continues. All that needed your attention has been offered the tenderness of your breath. Let the mind set its tools down on the quiet workbench of the night. Nothing is unfinished. Everything is ripening without effort. The field is active even as you are still. You may rest now. The field continues. Feel the bed supporting you like cool sand at the edge of a gentle tide. The water comes close, kisses your ankles, then withdraws. The next wave reaches farther with no hurry at all. Your breath is that tide. The belly rises and falls. The chest follows. The body understands this rhythm from the beginning of time. Inhale, the ocean arrives. Exhale, the ocean returns. Your shoreline is soft and welcoming. Your breath reshapes the day into a smooth curve, leaving only what is needed: peace. Let your eyes soften behind the lids. Imagine the sky above you widening with every exhale, darker and kinder with each moment. Stars begin to drift into awareness one at a time, as if they were shy guests entering a candlelit room. You do not need to count them. The night counts for you. Your only task is to be held. You may rest now. The field continues. Feel the muscles unknit. The forehead releases. The space between the eyebrows opens like a small, quiet gate. The tongue rests as if it has found a cushion. The throat becomes a hollow reed for breath to move through without friction. The shoulders melt into the bed as if it were warm clay remembering your shape. The arms lengthen and grow heavy with permission. The hands forget the names of things and keep only their warmth. The heart settles into a slower waltz. The belly floats, hips soften, knees unhook their guard. Ankles and feet surrender to gravity's kindness. You are safe. You are safe and you are loved, and nothing is required. What you began in feeling is now carried forward by the field. Dreams will carry the blueprint. The pattern is alive, glowing softly like ink seen under moonlight. Even as thought fades, the resonance remains. Even as images dissolve, the current continues. It knows where to go. It knows who you are. You may rest now. The field continues. If a thought wanders in, let it be a small boat drifting along your tide. It comes. It turns gently. It glides away. The ocean does not chase boats. It moves by its own moon. Let your inner moon rise. Feel that pale light guide the water of you into a deeper peace. The deeper the tide pulls back, the more space is made for the next quiet arrival. Trust that ebb. It is the gesture of creation breathing. You are entering the soft corridor where night holds its wisdom. Sound thins, edges blur. The spaces between thoughts lengthen like the spaces between waves. Silence appears in those spaces, cool and luminous. In that silence, the field does its perfect work, reweaving, replenishing, rebalancing. You don't have to supervise. You don't have to remember. The intelligence that shaped stars knows how to soothe a nervous system. The same rhythm that turns galaxies also turns your breath. The same field that arranges constellations arranges peace along your spine. You may rest now. The field continues. Feel how effortlessly the body matches this instruction. With every exhale, another layer of the day steps back like a gentle tide pulling the shore clear. Conversations grow distant, lists dissolve, the calendar pages become soft moths and float away into the dark, where they transform into rest. What remains is warm, simple presence, your breath, your heartbeat, the hum of the field, familiar and kind. Dreams are assembling. Imagine a lantern-lit workshop just beyond awareness, where benevolent hands are arranging the blueprint you encoded tonight with feeling. They stitch gratitude into the seams. They place trust in the foundation. They weave coherence through the frame. Each thread is chosen by resonance. Each knot is tied by love. You do not need to enter that room to know its light. You can feel its glow at the edge of sleep, a golden assurance bathing the thresholds of your mind. Let gravity become your friend. Let it take you down layer by layer, like an elevator of velvet and night air, down from thinking to sensing, down from sensing to being, down from being to rest. There is nothing below rest, but more generous rest, and you are invited to all of it. The bed is a shoreline. The blanket is a tide returning as warmth. Your breath is the moon guiding it all. If you feel the urge to adjust, do so slowly, kindly, as if you were moving in water. Then become still again. Stillness is a promise the body makes to the mind, I will carry you now. The mind believes the body and lets go. You may rest now. The field continues. Let images become gentler. A slow ocean under starlight. A quiet path through a night meadow where small flowers close their eyes. A sky so wide you can place every concern inside it, and still the sky has room. If you notice a worry, set it in a small paper boat and place it on the water of your breath. Watch it drift toward the horizon, where the night meets itself. The boat grows smaller. The horizon grows kinder. Stars drift into awareness, then drift across. You do nothing. You are held. You may sense a soft breeze moving from the base of the spine up to the crown with each inhale, and from the crown down to the heart with each exhale. Let that breeze be the messenger that tells every cell, now is the time to restore. Now is the time to repair. Now is the time to dream in the language of ease. Your systems hear the message. The heart takes a deeper, quieter lead. The brain adopts the slower cadence of safety. Muscles lengthen. Joints rest. The inner chemistry chooses calm. Dreams carry the blueprint forward. Imagine those dreams as star maps laid gently across your chest, their lines glowing faintly, their symbols breathing. They do not demand your attention. They work by presence alone. As you drift, the maps fold themselves into your breath, into your cells, into tomorrow's choices and timing. You will wake aligned. You will wake guided. For now, you float. You are floating on the surface of a night ocean so calm, it feels like glass. Beneath you, whales sing a song so low and ancient, you feel it more than hear it. The song says, rest. We will carry you. The stars above respond in their own slow chorus, trust. We will light your path when you wake. Between those two assurances, the ocean and the sky, you are held in a cradle that spans the world. You rock once, twice. Sleep pulls the covers up to your shoulders. You may rest now. The field continues. The room fades to a soft blur. The edges of the bed dissolve into the night. Even your name becomes a gentle echo, then a memory, then a silence. What remains is the rhythm that belongs to you and to everything. Breath moving in, breath moving out, tide arriving, tide returning, stars drifting in, stars drifting across. Creation breathing you as you breathe creation. There's a moment just before sleep where the door is half open. Stand in that doorway with your hand on the frame of peace. Feel how everything you intended tonight is already walking through ahead of you. You can let go. The field will tuck it in. The blueprint is safe. The symphony is rehearsed. The conductor is time and love. Your seat is here in the audience of rest eyes closing, heart open listening as the first notes begin. You may rest now. The field continues. If the mind leans forward, invite it to lie back on a pillow of trust. If the heart quickens, hold it with one slow breath and whisper yes. If the body asks for one more softening, give it. Shoulders drop another feather's width. Jaw releases another thread. Eyelids grow pleasantly heavy. The skin cools like evening stone. The core warms like bread in a quiet oven. The entire house of you is settling. The lights dim one by one. A hallway, a stair, a room, a lamp. Click, click, click. Darkness like velvet. Darkness like protection. Darkness like love. Dreams carry the blueprint forward. See them drawn like tide lines in the sand here, when you sleep visible, when you wake. You will step where the water suggests, not out of obedience, but because it is the path of least resistance, the path of kindness. Synchronicity is the tide returning to nudge your feet. Ease is the moon's reflection guiding you. Gratitude is the warmth of the day waiting at the shore. Nothing is missing. Everything is listening. And now the words can thin. The guidance can become breath. The breath can become a low ocean. The ocean can become a hum beneath the world, steady and soothing. Let that hum hold the weight of you. You are allowed to be carried. You are allowed to forget effort. You are allowed to sleep. You may rest now. The field continues. The night is long enough. The bed is wide enough. Your life is kind enough to keep walking while you dream. Let go of the last thread of the day. Let go of the last question. Let go of letting go. Float. Drift. Down and kind. Down and soft. Down as if returning to a home that has always been turned toward you. Porch light. Glowing door unlocked a quiet voice saying, "Come and sleep. You are safe." The field holds what you love. The frequency keeps singing. The blueprint is in motion. The stars are on watch. The ocean is breathing. Your breath is the ocean. Your heartbeat is the star. The room is the night meadow. The bed is the earth. The pillow is a small cloud. Your body is a moth wings, folded, resting in the cupped hands of the dark. You may rest now. The field continues. Let the sentence become fewer words. Then only a feeling. Then only a tide. Then only a star. Then only sleep. Sleep arrives like a hush over a quiet lake. It spreads from the feet upward, from the hands inward, from the crown downward, meeting in the heart, closing the circle gently. You pass through the circle and step onto the softest ground. There are no edges, only cushion, only warmth, only yes. Dreams lift the blueprint and the field turns the page, and now you go. The last conscious breath drifts toward the shore and dissolves into mist. The next breath continues without you noticing. The blueprint is carried. The frequency is kept. The field is awake. You are sleeping deeply, sweetly, safely through the night. Thank you for resting here. Thank you for trusting the night to carry what you began. If this journey brought you peace, you may subscribe so we can meet here again tomorrow night and share this calm with someone who needs it. Let the invitation be as gentle as breath if it helped. Let it ripple outward, subscribe, share, and then release the thought like a feather into the dark. Nothing to do now, only to be. Feel a soft circle of gratitude widening from your heart, drifting across the room, touching the walls, the windows, the quiet street beyond. Gratitude is the light that never wakes you yet watches over you. It places one hand on your shoulder and one on your breath. The body hears the kindness and settles deeper. The mind listens to the hush and grows quiet. The field keeps working like tide beneath ice, slow, certain, beautiful. You are cradled by something ancient and intimate. You are held. If tomorrow you want this same doorway, you know where it is. A single breath will find it. A single yes will open it. If you wish, subscribe now in your own time, softly, the way you would close a door with love so it makes no sound. And if someone you love wanders through restless nights, you can share this path so their feet learn the sound of ease again. Then let even that kindness float away, trusting the field to carry it farther than effort ever could. The room grows quieter. The edges of thought blur and soften. Between one heartbeat and the next, distance becomes comfort, and comfort becomes sleep. Your name grows light as mist and lifts. Your body becomes a small moon in a velvet sky, bright enough to be found by its own breath, dim enough to dream. Every cell drifts toward restoration. The blueprint hums in the unseen. The frequency keeps its vow. If the mind reaches back for words, offer it only this thank you. And if it reaches again, offer it less peace. And if it reaches once more, offer it nothing. Let the night answer on your behalf. There is no urgency here, only the slow generosity of rest. The last lights in the house of you are dimming. Hallway, stair, room, lamp. One by one they lower into dusk, then dusk into night, into the softest dark. The field is awake. You are sleeping. The field is weaving. You are floating. All is well. And if this brought you ease, if it softened the day and opened the door to sleep, you may subscribe and share, so this quiet can find others in the hours they need it most. A whisper of a choice, a ripple of a kindness. Then silence again. Now the voice steps back. The breath takes over. The tide is steady. The stars are kind. Nothing more is needed. Rest deeply, safely, sweetly through the whole night, and beyond the words, into silence, into silence, into silence.